Okay, so I'm going to do the workout that will help me get warm. First thing we're going to do is stand close to the bar, making sure you've got everything level, feet parallel. So if you're cold and you just want to shake yourself up, this is what you do. Squats as you know how. So assuming you're doing squats like this, we'll assume that you know how to do it. So if you feel nothing in your back, if you feel great about what you're doing, pick up the pace initially and then start to slow it down. So you're pulling your hips backwards, pulling your knees backwards, and then you'll stay slow. I'm going to place my hands on the bar now. As I get a little bit more rhythm, you don't actually have to use a bar for this, but this is how I tend to warm up in the studio. So I can feel my backside starting to activate with my hamstrings. There's nothing in my lower back, and I'm breathing. I'm not really, I'm talking. So I'm now going to do some breathing. So use a few of these, slow them down, and find your breath. Remember, if you can't hear the breath, you're not breathing into your trunk area, you're not finding everything that connects your body together, and also it'll help your mind to be distracted. So I'm going to slow this down even further, then I'm going to put my hands onto the surface. Let's go into pelvic tilt, shall we? Big breath in, and to pelvic tilt, pelvic floor, and tiny bit of flexion. That stretches the back in a lovely way. Breathe in and return. Do that 4 more times. Exhaling and inhaling. Exhaling and inhaling. In holding a surface, you're actually supporting the upper spine area while you kind of get the body warm and ready for more movement. It's early doors, it's early in the morning, the spine is naturally stiffer and wants you to breathe. Okay, from that position there then, I'm going to roll to my tiptoes, come to a flat back and start the movement that goes into flat back. So my ankles are now involved, and it's as though you're sliding your shoulders up and down a wall. I can feel the muscles that lead to my knee joint. I can't feel my knees. I can just feel the muscles that go either side, like we talk about in class. Next time I go down, I'm going to stay. So I kind of do about 8 to 10 of everything when I'm working with myself. So you're part of my little workout. I go back to that pelvic tilt because I exhale. Now in this moment, I realise sometimes my hips are twisted. So I'll always have a look down at my knees, check that both thigh bones are absolutely horizontal and that my knee joint is level left to right. Once I'm comfortable that that's right, I get a much better position of the pelvis. So all you people that struggle with winky wonky pelvises, this is how you deal with it. Okay, exhaling and inhaling. So it's the pelvic tilt that still requires your rib cage to be where it belongs, which is down and involved in your breath. I'm staying now in neutral, and I'm going to increase and increase. Now, don't overdo anything, there's no point. You're better off working for a little bit longer without it being way too intense. Now in groups, I can see who could work better and harder, and I can see who needs to ease off. So if you're naturally lazy, maybe go that a little bit further than you should. If you're naturally overdoing it person, that would be me, then ease off a little bit and think of enduring and not getting straight to the burn line straight away. So you're breathing deeply in and out, done about 10. From that position there, keep the breath going, and now you've got your forwards rolling spine. My heels are still up, exhaling, the rib cage bends, inhale, breathe out, and then the spinal, upper spine connects. Exhale, you forwards roll your ribcage part of the spine, the lower back's done nothing. Breathe and exhale, come back again. From there, I'm going to push all the way up and lower my feet down. Okay, you're going to go to turn out, or turn and face you. You don't have to turn, you can still hold your surfaces. But if it's easier to see me, stay facing whichever direction you've worked out. So we're in turn out. Bend so that you're not kind of upright or too flexed, just bend your knees. Once you've bent your knees, pick your heels up. Okay, everyone, now find your squat. In the squat position, you'll do your turn out. That gives the hip the best chance to wake up, okay? So I'm not going straight into flat back with this one because as we're older people, anyone above 25 included, you don't have the same range of motion around your hip, so we have to encourage the hip to want to be more open. Obviously, if you're following me and it's too intense on your hip, but you're desperate to do this quick warm-up, then by all means go back to parallel. It can't do you any harm. Remember, as long as it's not in your lower back, as long as it's in your bum and your quads and some of your hamstring, you're safe. So I'm going back to my turnout, staying in my turnout this time. I'm going to plant my heels down. Now I need to stretch these hamstrings. It's early doors. Big breath in. Your heels are down. You're in turnout. You will roll through your spine. Big breath in. Exhale. Tuck your bottom under. Reverse back up again. And repeat. So it's a plie squat. A forwards rolling breath out till your hands touch the floor. A breath in again. And pulling down on your heels, reversing back up. Let's do that 3 more times because we're just about getting the hang of it. Your plie squat, bum back. You're breathing out, rolling through the spine. You're breathing in. You're breathing out, pushing down on your heels, reversing the spine movement back up. And 2 more times. Let's go. Plie squat. Breathe out to roll your spine. Breathe in down there. And then breathing out to reverse the spine back up. You've got 1 more, I'll talk you through it. Plie squat, big breath in. Breathe out, forwards roll, allowing your back to unstack and allowing the stiffness to disappear. Breathe, and then tucking under, reversing back up. Now that you're in your plie squat, we're going to take your feet wide. You can be in whichever direction, make sure you can see me. Again in this one, let's take it straight into like a sumo squat. This is still further opening the hip. Remember your feet, if you have a look at them, want to be 10 to or 10 past the hour. You don't want to have your feet wider than the thigh bones in the range of movement they go. Keep breathing, inhaling and exhaling. So if we're doing this accurately, in all of this warming up moment, there should be nothing happening to the lower back. If anything, the body should start to feel a little bit freer. It's a cold morning, so therefore you have to work a little bit harder. But remember, the one thing, so keep you squatting while you're listening, the one thing that makes the body deeply warm is the breathing. The breathing muscles send everything that's necessary around your body to make sense of moving, okay? So breathe. So stay calm and breathe should be the motto. We're going to sit down into this wide squat this time. Stay. Put your hands onto the insides of your knees and give it a little bit of a push. You'll go, oh my word, my back feels great. We're going to do some bending at the spine again here. So breath in. Exhale, forwards, bend your spine. Breathe and return back again. And breathing out, forwards bend and reverse back again. So if you see the position, it's the rib cage flexion. I breathe in and we go back again and we repeat. Rib cage bend, back again and. Okay, use the bar, tuck your bottom under, pick up to tiptoes. This is you stretching the muscles that go over your knee. Remember, no knee pain, just the feeling that your hips open. I'm naturally lordotic. That means I naturally want to hollow the lower back. I have to do a bit of a tuck under. Now I'm more comfortable not quite being straight. But some people, if you're flat back, you'll find it easy to be straight, which is fine. Do what your body tells you to do. You're breathing though. So push all the way up, breathe. Remember, if you need to press your heels down, do so, but not just because I'm not watching and you can't be bothered. I've got your number, Jean. Okay, we go down. Next time I go down, I'm going to stay, breathe, 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 and push my heels down. And then I'm asking my thighs to get a younger openness. No force, just reaching through the muscle structures. Breathing, breathing, breathing. And then I'll hold. Going to take one arm up and flex over in the opposite direction. And hold. Take my other arm up, side bending with the breath out, obviously. Breathe in, let's do that again. Breathe out and inhale, breathe out and inhale. Now, keeping that deep bend, exhale, knock the chin and forward bend. Go back to pushing your thighs out if you want to, just stay holding on. And a final bit of a pulsing action with the legs. Nothing in your lower back, everything in the back stretching through the rib cage part, and your knee muscles feeling like they're being asked to be a bit longer. And then we'll tuck the bum under and bring the legs back together. Okay, one more exercise. We'll go to the floor and make our abdominal area really active. So find your mat, give you time to change position. I appreciate some of you haven't yet got it on your televisions, although it is possible. But I'm lying down, I'm going back to the breath that I've already used in my leg activity, and breathing out, I'll curl up. Breathe in and look at where my knees are, make sure I've got a symmetry, and back down the next breath out. Inhale to prepare, exhale, inhale to stay, exhale back down. Joining me, it's a breathing out, reach your arms now, a breathing in and a breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out to roll. So move in the moment on the breath out if you can. If it's all upside down, unless it's hurting you, just carry on, life will work itself out. Okay, stay up there this next time, keep breathing, put one hand behind the head. You're going to just stretch out through your side rib cage oblique area. So inhaling, exhale, I'll come through the armpit, slightly over towards the left hand side with my right armpit, and back down, breathe in. Exhale, this is a stretch. Inhale and back down. Now take it to single breath. Breathe out and up you go. Breathe in and down you go. Glance at your abdomen. Is it flat or have you bulged? So flattened abdomen, that means everything's pulling away from your clothing as you roll up rather than everything getting bigger and bulkier. And one more. And back down you go. Changing sides, big breath in, and away we go. In the movement as you roll, don't let your hips roll. Okay, so keep your hips square as your rib cage and shoulder feels as though it does the rotation. So your opposite rib to your diagonal hip bone. If you reach through the arm that's straight as though reaching for your shin, it's not about how far you can go, it's about how deeply you breathe. Do you get that? How deeply you breathe. Okay, I'm finished there. I'm going to pull the knees into the chest and then just rock to make sure that everything in my lower back and the back of my pelvis is level. Okay, some of these things I'm adding to my little workouts are because I'm aware no one can kind of spot you and alter your alignment. So try and get a feel for what straight is. Then I'll let my legs go so that my knees are level. It's your tabletop position you're used to. And I repeat. I roll and uncurl. If you see an alien in this position here as you curl up, then you're not using your pelvic floor and the deep oblique, and that usually means you're not breathing properly either. So remember, it's the breathing out, the chin nods and you come up. You look and you check you're flat. And you roll up. And you roll down. You roll up. Put your right hand behind your head and take your right foot down. Okay, with my right tiptoes down, I'm now waking up the obliques more efficiently as I lift and lower. The opposite leg that's down, so I've got my right hand under my head, my left leg up in the air, my right foot is just touching, I haven't loaded it.